role, I knew I hadn't developed into the person that could earn this award. And May 15, 2000, when this little girl was born, that's when I knew that I could no longer play the role. That's when I knew I had to become the character. Right? One of my favorite movies is Ray. Have any of you all seen the movie Ray? Right? Jamie Foxx did such an amazing job with that, and I'll never forget when they interviewed the producer who said, hey, I had the rights to this movie for 15 years, and I was just waiting for the right person to come along. He said, I didn't think it would happen in Ray Charles' life, but once he met with Jamie Foxx and they sat down, he said every other actor just wanted to throw on shades and read the lines. He said, but Jamie Foxx said, I will have my eyes synthetically glued shut 16 hours a day. He said it was rough. He said it was unbearable. He was in pain, and he thought about how Ray Charles lived his life every day. Also, in the process of that, he had to learn, play, and record all of the music. And he did that with his eyes synthetically glued shut. Wow. He said he developed an acute hearing ability as a result of not just playing the role, but becoming that character. Stay with me. As he went through that process, Ray Charles Robinson Jr., Ray Charles' namesake, said, I couldn't tell the difference between my dad and him. He said it was as if he stepped into his soul. Quincy Jones said, Ray Charles has been my best friend for 57 years, and I couldn't tell the difference.
Wow.
Until we get to the point, Legal Shield family, where people cannot tell the difference of if you're playing the role or becoming the character, we'll never get to where we desire to be. And I had to make a decision to no longer play a role. Lastly, that meant letting some people go.
Yeah.
And that's hard. That's hard to do, am I right? To let some people go, and I had to make a decision to walk away from those who had my problem and surround myself with the people who had my answer.
Wow.
And that's when life started to change. Be around the Brian Carruthers, the Donnell and Tracy Sells, Brian and Melissa Carruthers, because Melissa is so much a part of Brian's success, and so many of my circle of champion, family and friends, my Platinum World Council, I stand on the shoulders of the late, great John Gardner. I know I'm gonna cry now, right? The Moores, the Moore family, Dave Savola, so many of them. And I just knew that I had to get around people who could stretch me, even though I grew up in an environment where success was not happening legally.
Right.
It was happening, it just wasn't happening clearly. I wasn't getting the Founders Award, it was something that wasn't happening. But let me tell you one of the things that changed me, and then I'll sit down. Donnell Self and I took a trip to Nairobi, Kenya. Never forget it. And I learned so many life principles and things that affected my business on that trip. But one thing that stood out was, as you go through the Serengeti, we're all familiar with the Great Migration,
Yes.
right? Are you, right?
Yes.
Okay, some of you, so for the uninitiated, it's the largest land animal migration in the world.